Yıkamlık. Mayo. We're going now.
The next stop is Lace Market for the National Ice Centre, Nottingham Arena, and Broadmoor Shopping Centre.
To the station.
Mayo.
This tram is for Clifton South. The next stop is Lace Market for the National Ice Centre, Nottingham Arena, and Broadmoor Shopping Centre.
And where are we going?
To try not in the station. To go to Kettering. Angry House. For the size.
You're talking like a dog.
Stop.
Hold your hand so you don't fall off, yeah?
Andy, what?
Stay firm.
No, just what? Just there, yeah.
This tram is for Clifton South. The next stop is Nottingham Station. Railway Station.
Yes. We can go to have it.
Gas station to Kettering.
First, yeah.
Don't press. Stop pressing. Stop at the station. Is that okay?
This
Yo.
tram is for Clifton South. The next stop is Nottingham Station, or Nottingham Railway Station.
And don't forget your bag. That was the reason why I have to go for these things that will allow me to charge. Because I know that there's no way we are going to connect without my voice. Andy, let's go.
No, but even if we're
No, I don't think that.
card.
Yeah, you always scared of their wildlife.
One, yeah.
Because, me, I always scared of their
One
wildlife.
card.
I mean, transport wildlife. You can see, guys.
Come look. Here comes the tram.
Yeah, am I supposed to buy ticket from here? Huh?
Here it is. Female.
If I tap, I will tap inside or outside.
Butler's Hill. This tram is for Toton Lane. The next stop is Moor Bridge.
Sit, sit, sit. Oh.
This tram is for Toton Lane. The next stop is Moor Bridge. This is Moor Bridge. This tram is for Toton Lane. The next stop is Bulwell Forest. This is Bulwell Forest. This tram is for Toton Lane. The next stop is Bulwell for town centre and local bus services. This is Bulwell. Please ensure you have purchased a ticket or validated your smart card before boarding. This tram is for Toton Lane. The next stop is Highbury Vale. This tram is for Toton Lane. The next stop is Highbury Vale. This is Highbury Vale. This tram is for Toton Lane. The next stop is David Lane. This is David Lane. This tram is for Toton Lane. The next stop is Baseford. Baseford. This tram is for Toton Lane. The next stop is Wilkinson Street for Ring Road Park and Ride. This tram is for Toton Lane. The next stop is Wilkinson Street for Ring Road Park and Ride. This is Wilkinson Street. Please ensure you have purchased a ticket or validated your smart card before boarding. This tram is for Towson Lane. The next stop is Radford Road. This tram is for Towson Lane. The next stop is Radford Road.
Go Nottingham Station. Yep. Nottingham Station. Yep.
Market to meet Ayo.
Andy. Female.
This is Radford Road. This tram is for Towson Lane. The next stop is Hyson Green Market. This tram is for Towson Lane. The next
Female.
stop is Hyson Green Market. This is Hyson Green Market. This tram is for Towson Lane. The next stop is the Forest. This tram is for Towson Lane. The next stop is the Forest. Forest. Please ensure you have purchased a ticket or validated your smart card before boarding. This tram is for Toadston Lane. The next stop is High School for the Arboretum.
We visited.
And you can sit here.
There.
This tram is for Toadston Lane. The next stop is High School for the Arboretum.
Huh? No. Straight to the house on there.
That's what it is.
Toadston Lane. The next stop is Nottingham Trent University. This tram is for Toadston Lane. The next stop is Nottingham Trent University.
Go out down this way. Nottingham Station.
No, we're not going to the station. We're going to the market square.
This is Nottingham Trent University.
So we can pick up mine from there, yeah?
This tram is for Toadston Lane. The next stop is Royal Centre for the Corner House, Trinity Square and Victoria Shopping Centre.
Female.
This tram is for Toadston Lane. The next stop is Royal Centre for the Corner House, Trinity Square and Victoria Shopping Centre.
This is Royal Centre. This tram is for Towson Lane. The next stop is Old Market Square for city centre attractions. Higher's name. Not higher. Female. This tram is for Towson Lane. The next stop is Old Market Square for city centre attractions. Female. Female. Female tram. I see female coming.
Andy, we're not supposed to stand under here, yeah? Right? This is not supposed to be on your head. of the ticket to buy. Yes. Yes. Yeah, no, but we started at the corner.
Female woman. Female tram.
Andy. Don't go to the edge.
Yeah, wait for the edge. Here comes a female woman. It will go on her way on a tram.
Move this side.
There's orange trams. They're orange tram. Don't know how these. Orange tram.
Highbury Vale. This tram is for Hucknall. The next stop is Bulwell for town centre and local bus services.
That's a female woman.
Yeah.
Mommy.
This tram is for Hucknall. The next stop is Bulwell for town centre and local bus services. purchased tickets or validated your smart card before boarding. This tram is for Hucknall. The next stop is Bulwell Forest.
You're right, Saturday.
This is Orwell Forest.
Train number.
This tram is for Hucknall. The next stop is Moor Bridge. This tram is for Hucknall. The next stop is Moor Bridge.
And what are you doing?
You go on a tram. I go on a tram.
How many stops? What?
This is Moor Bridge. This tram is for Hucknall.
Back there.
The next stop is Butler's Hill.
Where do the trams go at now? Where do the trams go at now? What?
That's better.
This tram is for Hucknall. The next stop is Butler's Hill.
Yeah, go. So Sam, you look cute in that shot.
comes Ayo.
Move away from the rail.
What was it?
Come to inside. Move inside. Oh, okay. It's going the other way.
No, this we go in here.
Come from here.
Hold there.
Huh?
Hold it here.
So what do we do next?
Watch trams.
Okay. So we're going to go back now.
You'll fall down, no. Wait for Arrow, where Ayo comes.
Ira is not coming here.
He's going home.
He's waiting for us at the bus stop where we left him.
No Tinker.
Right?
Taverns.
Huh?
No hiking today.
No, I think so. We're going to go from here. We're going back, huh? We'll go back to the station, to the town center, isn't it?
We're going to level crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold it, yeah. Just hold the video. Hold it, hold it. Wait. There's of course the tram coming.
Are we going back?
No,
We're going to go and meet Ayo.
going to put this hill.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are we going to enter this one?
We watched going to Hucknall for level crossing.
Huh? way back to Iowa?
No.
Which of the tram are we going to take, Andy?
ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾ ਦੇਸ਼ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ
Good play park, yeah. Good park.
Let's stop here. Come, let's take a picture of us here.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Park, don't worry. They're mixing them out. It's time to go to McDonald's.
You stay there Andy stamp लिख के देना है
McDonald's time. Yeah. We're done toilet already.
Huh?
We're done.
You're done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we go to McDonald's then.
Yeah. No. Hello, Kate.
Uh-huh.
We'll go back home.
Yeah.
I'm coming. I'm coming, Kate. Look at coming home. Yeah, we are. I'm coming, Kate. Let's go to McDonald's then.
Okay.
We'll go, Kate. I'm coming, Kate, Andy. That was very good with Mal. Are you happy?
Hope you enjoy it.
You happy to Andy, Gussie? Good. Look at it.
Okay. Well, thank you. Goodbye.
Let's sit by and play this one. I wouldn't mind. So Andy, we're on the road. You need to look at the road. Andy, what?
Soon you can use screwdrivers if you're desperate. Your tiny bit to the left. My next hero invented a tool that could solve problems in physics. And it was a mathematical tool, which is odd because he wasn't a physicist, he wasn't even a mathematician. He was a miller, and this was his windmill. His name was George Green. Green spent only a year at school when he was 8, and then in 1807, just outside Nottingham in the village of Sneinton, his dad built this windmill and set his son to work in it. So it's all the more surprising that George Green invented a crucial mathematical tool that is used by physicists and mathematicians even today. Every day when the wind was blowing, he would come here in the mill to grind corn. Now they actually employed a manager to run the mill, and the manager's house was built right on the side of the windmill here. In fact, this white stuff here is the remains of the farm. Indeed, they had 7 floors there, and yet they never got married. When his dad died, young George inherited the mill, but increasingly he found the work of milling irksome, as he put it. So he left the day-to-day business to his manager. He concentrated on what he enjoyed doing, which, curiously, wasn't amazingly complicated continental-style mathematics. The 100-year-old work of Isaac Newton still ruled British maths in Green's time, and the academics stubbornly refused to use any of the ideas based on the work of Newton's arch-rival from Germany, who actually Wilhelm Leibniz. Unfortunately, Leibniz's continental maths turned out to be better than Newton's, but virtually nobody threatened to complicate continental mathematics. George had to pay out of his own pocket to get his essay printed, so what he did was put an ad in the local paper inviting people to subscribe. And they did. 51 of them cost up 7 and 6pence, which was very expensive for an essay. He printed 100 copies, and when those 51 got their copies, they must have been a bit shocked. If you look at this, the title is An Essay on the Application of the Text.
It's
absolutely unbelievable. I can't believe many of those people can possibly have read this, but one person who did was a chap called Sir Edward Bromhead, who'd actually studied maths at Cambridge, and he understood it, and he realised that this was very important. He wrote to George at once and said George ought to get this essay published in London so everyone could see it. But George thought he was just being polite, and he didn't feel sort of able to write back to a knight of the realm, and it took him 18 months to reply to Bromhead's letter. Well, eventually, Bromhead persuaded Green to go to Cambridge, and in due course he became a fellow of Gondel and Keyes College. Unfortunately, Cambridge society didn't really agree with him. He was only a humble miller. And he eventually succumbed to miller's disease from breathing on the dust. And in 1841, he died. And his essay until 4 years later. In 1845, William Thompson was a student at Cambridge. He was keen on continental maths, and he had heard of Green's essay, but he couldn't find a copy, until he asked one of Green's other tutors, who just happened to have 3 copies lying around. Thompson read the essay on top of the stagecoach on his way to Paris, with growing excitement. When he got there, he showed all his French colleagues, and they were more excited because they realised that Green's work solved all the problems they'd been working on. His essay was rediscovered.
And stuck swimming.
There's a chunk in Green's essay which came to be called Green's theorem. And because it's a mathematical tool, it's quite hard to explain what it is, but I have begun to understand what you can do with it. And here's a rather simple example. Imagine that this wooden square is a disco, and the white bit in the middle is the dance floor. Now, I'm not a great dancer, so I'm sitting here on this edge with my battalion coat, watching all the goings on. Now, there are loads and loads of people on the dance floor. I can only see a little edge here, but I can see who's coming and going across that edge. And knowing just that much, I can work out who's coming and going all the way around, how many people are crossing the edge of the dance floor. And using Green's theorem, I can then work out the total population of the dance floor, how many people are heaving about on it. And that is the example.
What's maybe like that?
This is a simple example. But the funny thing about Green's theorem is that it
We are
can be
going to
applied
check
to
the
anything
back.
from how much charge is in a microchip to problems in acoustics, magnetism, and
It's like
even
we are
hydrodynamics.
making something. Something is.
George Green wrote his essay in the time of classical physics. Then 100
Are
years
they
after his
ghostly?
death, a new generation of physicists, quantum physicists,
Said
discovered
they
Green's
would
work
win.
all over again. In fact, now it seems that every year another bunch of scientists can use George Green's mathematical tools. Here's his grave at the bottom of the hill within sight of the windmill. There he is, George Green, Esquire, BA, and there's Jane buried in the next door grave. In 1930, Albert Einstein came to Nottingham to give a lecture, and he was so impressed with George Green's work, he was going to come here and visit the grave, but he missed his train. So I've come instead to pay tribute to George Green, the mathematical miller.
So there we go. That is Green's remote.
Wear your jacket.
Let me snap you.
I get a puncture about once every 500 miles, and when I have a problem like that, I need the right tools to tackle it with. Now, the best tools to get the tyre off the rim are tyre levers. You can use spoons, you can use screwdrivers if you're desperate, but tyre levers are the best. My next hero invented a tool to solve problems in physics, and it was a mathematical tool, which is odd because he wasn't a physicist, he wasn't even a mathematician, he was a miller, and this was his windmill. His name was George Green. Green spent only a year at school when he was 8, and then in 1807, just outside Nottingham in the village of Sneinton, his dad built this windmill and set his son to work in it. So it's all the more surprising that George Green invented a crucial mathematical tool that is used by physicists and mathematicians even today.
Are you happy too?
Yeah.
Every day when the wind was blowing, he would come here in the mill to grind corn. Now, they actually employed a manager to run the mill, and the manager's house was built right on top of the windmill here. In fact, this white stuff here is the remains of the plaster from the manager's front room. George got very friendly with the manager's daughter, Jane Smith. Indeed, they had 7 children together, and yet, for some reason, they never got married. When his dad died, young George inherited the mill, but increasingly he found the work of milling irksome, as he put it. So he left the day-to-day business to his manager, and he concentrated on what he enjoyed doing, which, curiously, wasn't stamp collecting or something like that, but mathematics. Amazingly complicated, continental-style mathematics. The 100-year-old work of Isaac Newton still ruled British maths in Green's time, and the academics stubbornly refused to use any of the ideas based on the work of Newton's arch-rival from Germany, Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. Unfortunately, Leibniz's continental maths turned out to be better than Newton's, but virtually nobody in Britain knew anything about it. In 1828, George Green published an essay, a mathematical essay all about static electricity, using the most fantastically complicated continental mathematics. George had to pay out of his own pocket to get his essay printed, so what he did was put an ad in the local paper inviting people to subscribe. And they did, 51 of them, coughed up 7 and 6pence, which was very expensive for an essay. He printed 100 copies, and when those 51 got their copies, they must have been a bit shocked. If you look at this, the title is An Essay on the Application of Mathematical Analysis to the Theories of Electricity and Magnetism. Snappy title, isn't it? Well, just look at the text. It's absolutely unbelievable. I can't believe many of those people can possibly have read this. But one person who did was a chap called Sir Edward Bromhead, who'd actually studied maths at Cambridge, and he understood it, and he realised that this was very important. He wrote to George at once and said George ought to get this essay published in London so everyone could see it. But George thought he was just being polite, and he didn't feel sort of able to write back to a knight of the realm, and it took him 18 months to reply to Bromhead's letter. Well, eventually, Bromhead persuaded Broom to go to Cambridge, and in due course he became a fellow of Donwell and Keyes College. Unfortunately, Cambridge Society developed disease from breathing all the dust in the mill here. And in 1841, he died, and his essay lay lost and forgotten until 4 years later. In 1845, William Thompson was a student at Cambridge. He was keen on continental maths, and he had heard of Green's essay, but he couldn't find a copy, until he asked one of Green's old tutors, who just happened to have 3 copies lying around. Thompson read the essay on top of the stagecoach on his way to Paris, with growing excitement. When he got there, he showed all his French colleagues. They were even more excited because they realised that Green's work solved all the problems they'd been working on. His essay was rediscovered. And because it's a mathematical tool, it's quite hard to explain what it is, and I think it's done in there. The fact is the dance floor. Now, I'm not sure. I'm sitting here. Now, there are no emergencies on the dance floor. I can only see a little edge, but I can't see who's coming and going. And knowing just that, I think about who's coming and going all around. How many crossing here to the dance floor? And who's in between. Is a simple example, but the brilliant thing about Green's theorem is that it can be applied to any hydrodynamics. George Green wrote an essay on unfactual physics. In 100 years after his death, a new generation of physicists, quantum physicists, discovered Green's work all over the planet. Another doctor, and used this is grave. The bottom of the hill is inside the window. There he is, George Green Esquire, and there's Jane buried in the next door grave. In 1930, Albert Einstein came to Nottingham to give a lecture. He was so impressed with George Green's work, he was going to come here and visit the grave, but he missed his train. So I've come instead to pay tribute to George Green's mathematical work.
So there we go. No song. The intro is about this video. You don't what? You want to watch too? Happy now? Are you happy now? Yeah.
They are able to produce high quality food at the same time that helps the richness and beauty of the landscape.
The windmill, yeah?
We're spraying the biodynamic water spray.
That's a lovely moment when the field goes from brown to green and stuff. And these new crops come through the soil.
By mid-August, the wheat is finally ready to be harvested. The combine harvester cuts through the crop and separates the grain from the stalk.
One side of the road when the crop's coming through. The other one is when we're harvesting. The big order from the combine empties into the trailer. It's a good year and the crops thrown well into the sun. And it's like liquid gold.
Now the grain has to be cleaned. The clean grain is put into the grain store where it is looked after and kept cool away from the sun. Finally, the grain is poured into the sack.
And I do think that I'm back on more or less as we take native good wildlife, thriving wildlife and produce good food. And that's something very exciting.
Green's mill is a 200-year-old tower mill. The grain is delivered to the mill and stored on the ground floor. The sacks are hoisted up the mill when needed and either emptied into the bins or put through the grain cleaner to clean it before it goes into the bins. The grain cleaner has 3 metal sieves which remove any large objects and shriveled grains. Once the grain is at the top of the mill, gravity feeds it down through the various processes. On the floor below, clean grain shoots into the large bin on the bin floor. The floor below the bin floor is the stone floor. Here, David checks the flow of grain into the hopper before he starts up the mill. Another floor down, David the miller puts the clean sack over the spout to catch the flour. The sails are set, the stones are put into gear, the wind is blowing, so it's time for David to release the brake and start the mill.
So it's hard by the one spinning.
The grain comes out of the bottom of the hopper and into the shoe, which is being shaken so the flow of the grain is proportional to the speed of the mill. The angle of the shoe can be adjusted from the mill floor to ensure that the rate of milling is consistent with the amount of power that the wind is providing.
Grain from the millstone comes in the middle here and travels down the grooves or furrows And as it does so, the pattern of the grooves on the top millstone scissors the grain open and spreads the flour onto the flat parts here, which then grinds it into fine flour. That then passes over onto the other furrow, which pushes it out of the millstone.
The flour, which is wholemeal at this stage, falls out of the stones and down a spout into a sack on the mill floor below. The mill floor is where the milling is controlled. You can change the gap between the stones, making the flour coarser or finer using the tentering screw. Because the wind doesn't blow at the same speed all the time, the fineness of the flour alters as the speed of the stones change. So the governor varies the gap between the stones to keep the fineness constant. The wholemeal flour is weighed into bags or put into another machine for dressing it into white flour. The flour dresser is a large sieve which separates the white flour from the wholemeal flour. When a sack is full, it can be lifted up to the mill floor, be weighed up into bags and sold in the shop. White flour, and we've got some oats.
Where's the pennies? Wow. So we can watch free. There we go.
Let's press 3.
As the winds push up the sails turn the cons inside, that then turns the post, more cons turn, and the stones begin to grind the wind as well.
Here we go, watch.
The sails turn the large cog, that pushes the small cog, and that then turns. So with that large cog turns, as it turns the smaller cog, which is the fast stones, we go between round into flour. As the stones above turn, the flour falls down the chute into the sack and held on with the tail. And when we've got the flour down, we then weigh it up into smaller bags, and then that can be sold in the shop. And there are a lovely bag of fresh greens mill flour. Greens mill has two types of sail, common sail and spring sail. Each sail is bolted to a timber beam, the stock, which is connected to the end of the wind shaft. The common sail is a wooden axis on which a sailcloth of canvas is spread. Each sail has a twist or weather, so that the wind acting upon it produces a force which turns the sail. The sailcloth is untwisted and, using lines connected to the edge of the cloth, the sail is set. The wind increases, the miller will stop the mill and put a reef into one of the sailcloths to reduce the sail area. With the spring sails, all the shutters on the sail are linked to a lever controlled by a spring. It's the spring's tension which closes the shutters, and if the wind increases too much, the air pressure on the shutters overcomes the spring, allowing the shutters to open, preventing the mill from going too fast. The common sails provide efficiency in light winds, while the spring sails give more control if the wind should increase.
We're now in the cap, that's right at the very top of the mill. And I'm standing on the cap frame, which slides around the top of the tower so that the sails always point into the wind. The sails today are through there, they're on the other end of this wind shaft, the cast iron wind shaft here. This wheel here is called the brake wheel because it has a brake around it, which is actually holding it stopped at the moment, so it can go. And the brake wheel drives the wallower down there, which drives the upright shaft, which takes the drive to the millstones.
There we go. Now we'll watch
Hi, I'm Lauren, and today we
We filmed the windmill today. We can watch film the windmill.
Yeah, so let's meet them, shall we?
Hi, I'm Dylan. Hi, I'm Destiny. Hi, I'm Catherine. Hi, I'm
So you guys up for the challenge? Okay, this is what's going to happen. We're going to set you some challenges. And if you fail, you get a forfeit.
Okay, yeah, but we'll check first if you love it. Yeah, might just be preparing. Okay. Yeah,
Very good. Come on, do it. Okay. Here we go. Okay, guys, join in there, great. Here we go. The wind blows the sails. The sails move the clouds. The clouds move the sails. The sails grab the grain to make a flower. And they want to try to swim into the breeze.
No. Stop.
You guys rock. Well, that's it. Where's my t-shirt? Thank you very much. Okay, time for the challenges. Let's go play. Come on. Okay, guys, it's time for your first challenge. I'm excited. I'm going to volunteer. Who's going to be? Are you doing 2 minutes from here? Are you ready for your challenge? Say it loud, Stu. Are you ready for your challenge? Okay, this is where we're going. Into the windmill, just off the van. Find a green mill challenge like a brain there. If you can. Jesse, how do you think you're going to get on finding the crew?
I think he's going to get over because he's very trying.
Oh, great answer. Well, what I'm going to do is that I want to practice this, okay? So, when I push my eyes, you have to say, look inside. Ready? Very good. Now, when I use my little finger, you have to say the high squeeze. Look inside. And when I use my big thumb, you have to
Oh, the science center. Yeah. They're beautiful.
This is the question. Where is grain from? Is it A, made in a factory from natural fibers? B, wheat grown on a farm? Or C, collected from the seabed? What do you think? Okay, guys, I want to listen. B, you're right. This is very exciting. The answer is B, grain is from wheat grown on a farm. It's time for the next task. Okay, you know what I do. You want to try this?
Watch.
Find the flower that is small. Come back here and empty out 1 minute only. Your answer to shout. You ready? You've got to do this way around so you can see it. That's it, you got it. Okay, now you've got it. You turn it around in the position that it is, and it'll chew up to read it out. Well done, good, that's right, yeah, that's it. There we go. Okay, how is flour made? Is it A, grain that is crushed between rollers and sometimes millstones in the wheels?
Is it B, natural shop that is pushed between metal pads in most supermarkets or visits? C, stone drill that is pressed together in wooden molds in the council house? What do you think you're going to do? Flour is made from grain that is crushed between rollers and sometimes millstones in windmills.
The mill produces 6 sacks of flour, about 9,000 of these bags a year.
Guys, well done, that was brilliant. And that was a little bit more tricky, so you are going to reward. You are going to get a lesson truck tour. That they turn the post, more crossbones, and stones containing the right of wheat.
Manchester, Sheffield.
Into the sack that's held on his bed. When we've got the flour down, we then wait up lovely bag of fresh green mill flour.
The windmill was built in 1807 was the biggest windmill in Nottingham.
Okay guys, for this next task, you're all involved. Okay, so you ready? Yeah! Okay, this is the clue. Each of you must find some bread and use your head. So that is your clue. Each of you must find some bread, look inside with the bread and use your head. Yeah? Okay, that's it. Go for it, guys. Okay, look for the bread. It might be here, it might be there. You look for it. And I'll see you back in the courtyard. What do you have to do? Right, look inside. Okay. That's great. Okay. What do you think you have to do? Yeah? Okay, welcome guys. Right, this is the question. What is bread made from? Is it A, flour, eggs, yeast, cheese, and a hint of vanilla? Is it B, flour, water, yeast, salt, and a bit of oil? Or is it C, flour, eggs, milk, and coffee with 2 sugars? So, what's your answer?
What's your answer, Andy?
From yourself.
B.
Definitely B. Definitely B. Okay. Break this open. The answer's B. Bread is made from flour,
Bread is
water,
from
yeast, salt, and a bit of oil. High five. You can eat the bread now if you want to. Yeah, go put it in your
And you have won a fantastic prize. You get to go and make some bread with the delicious Green Mills flour made in Israel. So come on guys, come on. The wind moves south, south moves the coast, the coast moves the south.
Different designs.
Green Mills.
Mathematician and a scientist.
Okay, so to make bread, we need some flour, water, yeast, salt, and then add those together in a bowl, squeeze the berries, knead the dough, shake it, let it dry, and then keep it sealed so it can make it. Yes. Put some flour in first, yeast, salt.
Very creative there. In fact, you should give it your name. Give it a name. Give it back to yourself. A look. That's like face, isn't it? It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Done so well, what we'll do now is get the oven and bake it. About 20 minutes. Should be ready. That's my good.
I'm putting the ham on my new pickle. I'm going to eat this one, but when I'm going to make
Have you enjoyed the day?
yeah!
What bit have you enjoyed the most?
All of it!
The bread flag. And what have you learned today?
We've learned how to cook around on a windmill.
Very
And we're doing the sails. The sails use the cars. The cars use the steam. The sails claim the grain to make flour.
Very good.
Delicious green rolls flour. The milk producer's name is George Miller. Mill was built in 1807. It was the biggest mountain in Nottingham.
is fresh and free of the stench of the city. This place has a most beautiful view of Nottinghamshire. Take a look around, enjoy the view, and when you have taken in the beautiful sights, I shall meet you in the mill.
One more video, one.
Up here, Mr. Hay, right to the top. Yes, it is quite a just swear you won't regret it once you view the fine prospects and breathe in the pure, sweet air of Snenton after the foul stench of the town. My father built this mill, you know. One of the first brick tower windmills in these parts. The biggest and the best. Not like those wooden fire traps on Forest Road. I suppose you must have been in the thick of it on Clippers Street. I'm told the rioters made their way down Hockley once the news of the defeat of the bill was posted in the marketplace. Don't imagine we escaped out here in the country. Oh dear, no. We could hear them roaring all the way from town. I swear there were those among the mob who would have mounted an assault upon my mill. I herded all the family into this very room at the top and let the mob have it with my musket. I trust their ringleaders have earned themselves a trip to Botany Bay, or worse. The newspaper tells us of the effect of the riots on the castle.
Oh yay, oh yay, oh yay! Molten lead, running like lurid screams. Precious tapestries in flame, crackling and burning timber. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you reports from the very eyes of your mayor, struck down in the course of serving this city, sirs. Smell, ladies and gentlemen, cedar wood. Is that the delicious odour of reform? Oh yay, oh yay, oh yay!
I can hear William and Jane outside. What are they talking about?
You know full well why George and I have never married.
I know full well that his proud father considered me to be of a class beneath him. It's me, William Smith, what keeps these mill sails turning, keeps these mill wheels grinding. He finds honest toil irksome and has neither knowledge of nor interest in the milling trade.
Look, they posted a notice upon the tree over there. It tells us about the trial and the hanging of some of the rioters.
Wicked and designing men have taken advantage of a time of excitement to perpetrate outrages. Were it not for the timely arrival of the 15th Hussars to quell this uprising, I have no doubt that further destruction would have occurred. It is my unpleasant duty to pass sentence of capital punishment.
The bells have told, we 3 steps ascend. We lead them to the county jail, where life will shortly end.
Here we are in the middle of Nottingham, and this wonderful building over here is the mill where George Green did some work. So this is Green's mill, and it's still functioning. It was operating yesterday. So if you follow up, Brady, we'll go and see what this wonderful building is. George Green. Ah, hello, Graham. Let us in. Let us in. This is Graham Armitage. He's the guy in charge of the mill. Shall we go right to the top? This is the mill. What I do for science. Okay, this is the top floor of the mill. There is a cap underneath with all the works of the windmill. And this is the room where George Green did all the revolutionised people's understanding of physics. Or it would have done if only he'd got a broad publication, because some of the stuff he came up with has been used subsequently by all theoretical physicists and has been the basis of quantum field theory. So his work was 120 years ahead of its time in that sense. Well, he had very little education. Manager's daughter, no manager's having 7 children, because George really wanted to study cables.
Because of the
bachelor's degree was given to students who were bachelors. They were meant to progress through the age of the church. And so he remained a bachelor all his life. I imagine that if it were me, and there were 7 children down this, I want to get as far away as possible, and maybe that's why. But I'm lying. He was faithful to Jane all the time, and he went to Cambridge and got a degree. Unfortunately, his education was so poor that when it came to the maths exam, even though he was the most brilliant mathematician in the country, he came fourth. It really annoyed him a lot. And the reason was he was not very proficient in Latin and Greek. So maybe if he'd been better at those, he would have heard. Now, I think I ought to show you what a green function is. So I've got a demonstration 2 floors down. Oh. This is the second floor of the windmill, and I've arranged a small demonstration with a swing which is one of those toys that you put on some stairs and they go down the stairs. Most kids love it. And I'm thinking about so you see wave. So if I bash it at the end, you see a wave going on, hitting the end and bouncing back. Now then, Green's idea was that you could get a clock and measure the time after you give an impulse. So you could give an impulse at one position here, say there, and look at the displacement over here at a later time. So you would bash it here, and then you could, with your camera, film it and see how it moves later on. So any system where you can give it a little nudge, a little impulse, a little hit like that, anything like that, this thing is an impulse, and you measure the response and get a linear response. That is governed by Green's function. Now, that idea entered quantum field theory because people said, let's suppose we've got an electron here. What's the probability of finding an electron or some other particle at a different point at a later time? So you start off with the wave function, because that's the language of field theory, quantum mechanics, and you estimate the probability amplitude, it's called, elsewhere. To do that, you use Green's function. You hit it here, or create a particle, you measure it there, or you calculate it there. And that's what Feynman used, that's what Schwinger used, that's what all the other people who got the Nobel Prize for Physics used, to calculate all this stuff and invent this new field theory. Using mathematics that Green had invented more than 120 years earlier. It's more of a technique, rather than, I mean, each problem has its own Green's function, particularly for this problem. If I can do this without friction, I get a different response, but because it rubs on the table, there's some friction. Or it might be heat response to the system elsewhere. So the mathematical technique he invented is widespread throughout physics. So Schwinger and Dyson came over in 1993, 200 years after the birth of George Green, and Schwinger got the Nobel Prize, called his speech that he made, The Greening of Physics, George and I. And similarly, Dyson gave a talk. That's a wonderful talk I've ever heard about the effect of George Green on the physics of the 1940s. Albert Einstein came over to Nottingham in 1930 to visit his friend Rose and give a talk. And he was due to come here to actually see the window, and he arranged
to be dropped off here, but there was some delay in the train or something like that. British Rail wasn't that wonderful even then, and so he didn't actually make the trip to it. But he did say that he thought that George Green was 10 years ahead of his time in terms of mathematics and physics, and he really regarded him highly. So Green, according to Einstein, was a major player. He died before anybody took any notice of him. So he wrote this fantastic book and then went to Cambridge. And it was William Thompson, later Lord Kelvin, who went as a student there after Green had died and found a copy of, or lent a copy of his book by his tutor. And he read it and realised it was the foundations of the next generation of physics. And so it was Lord Kelvin who proselytised it, who spoke well of him and made him famous amongst the students who came after. But Green never had any recognition in his lifetime.
I hear the bell.
Oh, there was a memorial service in 1993 in Westminster Abbey, and there's a tomb of Newton regarding the family of British physics. But alongside that there's Clark Maxwell, Kelvin, and so on. And in 1993, a memorial plaque was put with a symbol of the windows. And he's up there at the top. They had a windmill on the plaque because nobody knows what he looked like. His daughter was, they had an interview before, and so something
that is another day.
he wasn't there, so nobody knows what he thought. So there was nothing was left particularly to show what he looked like. I imagine he was a dusty blue, but I have no idea.
Let's go in.
Maybe just do the office one. Andy, I might ask, see the office one. Okay.
There's videos on. There it is. Video one. It's video time. It's video one day.
Again, I'm snugger.
There we are. Hello, remote. Yeah, it's open now. It's open, yeah. Right. Let's go look here. Look upstairs, yeah. Here we are.
Andy, come. Have a seat. This is electric proposal.
Yeah, it's just to be sure that it's not enough. Because maybe it's not enough, Richard. I want to realize what's before.
Yeah, good.
Are you happy?
Happy, yeah.
Andy, are you happy?
Yes.
Look at Kate. Andy. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go inside the science centre. Yeah, here we are. They're open.
Stand clear, doors opening. Lift going up. Stand clear, doors closing.
Give us a wood for the next one.
Overbridge level. Clear, doors opening.
Come, Andy, quick.
Andy, follow. Andy, we are late. Andy! I'm going to miss the train.
No.
Yeah, back on pocket. If you miss the train, that means you will go to the next door. I